Hey guys, mindfulness is such an important skill in managing the OCD because you're noticing yourself. It's like the pause before you do the compulsion, or you can even notice yourself. You can take it as an opportunity to notice yourself as you're doing the compulsion. Like I find with me when I'm asking for reassurance from people, I can see it play out. And I'm like, oh, that's so silly, OCD. But you're like engaging in that. And mindfulness is so important because you can kind of see the outsider perspective of what you're doing and realize that like you don't have to do it. So, can you observe that part of your brain that's acting out that compulsion or that's acting out of fear and that pattern that repeats itself? And can you instead choose to disengage from that? Take a deep breath and pause and notice it. It's such a good skill, and you can actually strengthen this skill through meditation. I meditate every day, and it's like noticing your thoughts, noticing the feelings as they arise, and being the space behind it. Because when you're aware of something, you can change it, right? Or you can choose a different path. But if you're automatically in it, you're in it, right? Like, it's that. But mindfulness teaches you to grow that space between you and the thoughts and the feelings that arise. So I encourage you, start a meditation practice. There's apps you can use. I participate in a daily Zoom meditation class. I can post the link in the profile, but it's basically just like discarding your thoughts of, of you, any images, because all it is an image. And the thoughts are coming from those images. So I can post a link about that, but I think anything that gets you in touch with that greater awareness, your body, get out of your mind and into your body. Because I think with us as OCD, it's kind of like, this is like a far out topic here, but it's like an avoidance to the present moment. You get so lost in your head that like you forget that you have this whole human body. So embodying yourself, taking a deep breath, and using your breath to ground yourself throughout the day is very helpful. Because when you're not in your head, or when you're in your body, you're not in your head. And it's a different place to be, Like you don't want to walk around like being this, how do I say it? I don't know. But anyway, start to do some mindfulness and let me know how that goes for you. And realize that you are not the thoughts or the urges or the sensations. These are just old programming that you can observe and transform or, transcend out of it. The more you catch yourself. So like today, I caught myself having the urge to go online to Google my obsessions. I saw it come up like 4 times, whereas in the past, I'd immediately do whatever the OCD said. So it's like, oh, you need to Google this question. And then I'd start obsessing about the answers I saw. And it becomes this endless loop. So it's like, you got to be like, all right, I learned that this does not help me. So catching yourself, it's like an urge to like squeeze a pimple or I don't know, whatever other type of habits you have, or like pick at the scabs in your head. If you're a skin picker, I have that too. So it's like the space between wanting to do something and doing something, or the urge to do something and doing something. There is a space there. Can you cultivate that space? And this is going to be super helpful for you in overcoming your obsessions and compulsions. Let me know what mindfulness practices you're using. And it really becomes a daily practice too. So not just when you're meditating. Oh, I just heard something fall. Anyway, it's not just like that 1 hour practice of you meditating. It's bringing that mindfulness into your everyday life. So when you realize you're about to do that urge, and it really is kind of like exposure response prevention, right? But it's like having the mindfulness component to it. Like, all right, I'm having this voice in my head tell me to do this. I'm noticing this, but there's a pause in between that space, between that urge and doing that action. So can you pause, observe it, let it go, come back to this moment? I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.